The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Jenn, and today we're going to talk about the new moon in Libra that just came in yesterday, October 6th. But the reason we're talking about it is it's still very strong influence. Most of the energies, when you look at things from an astrology point of view, last for about a week to 10 days, almost they start to taper off. Right now we're in the strongest part of it. So the new moon is the strongest, and then it fades out, it increases right before it comes to it. So it's still worth talking about because this energy is about creating abundance and life balance. Libra is represented by the scales of balance, of justice, things like that. That's why you see that balance, the scales. So we want to talk about it a little bit today because there's an awareness here coming up. October in particular is a very strong energy. It has a lot that it's nudging and pushing us, and we talked about the overall for the whole month last week. Right now we're going to specifically talk and pinpoint about this abundance and life balance today. This is the one that if you're a people pleaser, you might feel like you want to take your power back. If you feel like, wait a minute, what's going on with my relationships? I don't feel like this is balanced. I'm giving more or I'm not giving enough. It's going to bring awareness to things like that. Also, what about abundance? Be careful here. Do you feel resentment? Do you feel like, how come I'm not getting anything out of this? It's not balanced. So this is all about the balance in a lot of different areas of life, and it's worth talking about. So that's why we're going to talk about this today. This is a month of making it happen, making it change. And if you need a little nudge, the universe is bringing it to realign us so we can make better choices in the future. There's going to be things that we have to let go of. There's going to be things that we have to reevaluate and look at how we're approaching it. And if anybody is feeling Mercury retrograde in the last few days, I know I have. It's been weird out there, right? Mercury retrograde, we're still in that. And it has a tendency to have fun with electronics and communications, and I've seen it all across the board on the internet and different things like that. Yesterday we had to work on my website, and it was all weird, and we had to get the text in there and fix that, and they were fantastic. So thank you very much for that. And by the way, guys, if you're looking, and I don't have that up there because this happened so quickly, the live painted readings that we're going to do on October 12th have sold out. We do have limited seating for that because I want to be able to do some really good readings for everyone that purchased their ticket. We will do another one in January, February-ish. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but I want to do it in the first quarter, let's say that, because I don't want to get nailed down on an exact time. But I'm looking forward to that. So everyone that is in that, we are looking forward to that on October 12th. But it did sell out, and I'm sorry if there was others that were trying to get into that. It just happened, wasn't expecting it, but it's a blessing. But like I said, we did keep it limited. So all kinds of things going on here. I mean, no matter where I went yesterday, there was confusion. So if you've been feeling the confusion, you're not alone. I just wanted to mention it. You're not by yourself. October is this month of a lot of shift and change, and it's expecting us to step up to the plate and join in and take actions where we need to take actions, and all of the above. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So I do want to welcome everyone that's joining us live. If this is your first time with us, thank you very much. We want to welcome you. We focus on metaphysical topics, spirituality, law of attraction, angelic realm, intuition, and gifts to connect with other dimensions, such as spirit guides or maybe even loved ones. We have a little bit of all of the above. We explore beyond the physical world because there's a lot of people going through spiritual awakening. They're trying to make sense of why they're picking up what they're picking up or how to go about it. So we focus there in this. That's the type of coach that I am, a spiritual coach, not to tell you how to believe, but to help you find your way that works for you. I don't believe there is one way. I don't. I share my passions and what has worked for me, and you can take that and hopefully it will help you discover what you're looking for. And we do intuitive readings. Yes, we do. We're going to focus today on group effort here because the group effort is important while we're trying to understand all of us going through what we're going through. So what I want you to do is hear out what we're talking about today about abundance, law of attraction, all of the things this energy with the new moon Libra is bringing to us for balance. We're going to go over some tips and things like that, what we can do. And in overall and angelic guidance, and whichever angels come in, I'm going to let that happen. I'm going to let them bring it in for what we can do. So it's going to be a group effort today. So I did want to say hello to everyone that has joined us. Oh my goodness, hello. How are you? And let's see, we have Journey to Becoming Me. How fantastic. It's great to see you. Mr. Retrograde could take a nap at any moment. I do hope you're doing well. Been thinking about you, sending you good vibes over the last time we saw you in here. So I want to just thank you as well for the super chat. And if there's anything that you want to ask, I mean, that's a generous super chat. So just ask, guys, you know, because there's just so much going on here. If you have felt chaotic, confused, combobulated, whatever that word is, let's see how the AI works with that word, right? I know. They always make my name Royster. I know, it's funny. So, and it's not. So I just want to say, you got to go with the flow and laugh at life sometimes. You just have to, because life happens, right? I mean, there's just so much going on and we have to just be okay with change. I wonder sometimes if it's doing that. So I have an affirmation for you today. That affirmation would be, I am. Remember, anything you put behind I am is claiming to the universe what you want. So make sure what goes behind I am is what you want, not a complaint. Okay, so I am creating balance and abundance in my life continuously. And abundance can be in any part of life. It could be in your happiness. It could be in finances. It could be in relationships. It could be in contentment. And we are participants in that. But we want to have that balance too. If anything is feeling off balance, and you can tell your emotions are like an antenna. Let's go over that. This is a big deal with energy. Emotions will guide you on what's feeling out of balance for you or what's not feeling so-so. So if you're starting to feel a negative emotion, so for example, anger or resentment or even jealousy, or, you know, why does this feel unfair to me? Where that's an imbalance popping up. This energy can help us figure that out. This is one of those. And then when you're in alignment with your journey and things feel content and those are higher frequencies, it helps you gauge, okay, wait a minute, am I falling off the horse here? Have I gone astray? Why do I feel like I do? Why do I feel so out of sort? Because it's trying to bring attention to what needs some love in your life. It's trying to bring attention to that. That's important. That's huge. So don't discount some of those emotions like, I'm a bad person because I feel upset right now. No, I don't even want to say that, because there's potential to discover very important lessons and clues and answers in those emotions. So we don't discount them. We want to address them because they're showing you where a lack is, or a mindset. It could come from, how come nothing's coming in for me, that kind of thing. Or it could be all kinds of stuff. And it's natural to feel these things. We're not saying never feel a negative emotion. That's not realistic. They're there for a reason. But you have to address why. Why am I feeling that way? So this balancing act that Libra brings, this is a new beginning to really explore that. So we have, let's start working on that. Now this started yesterday, but you may have been feeling it up to about a week before, but it's starting to feel really strong right now. And it is about awareness. So why is this one so big? Because this is one of those air elements. If we look at the elements like water, air, earth, fire, this is one of the air elements. And air is about how we think. It's about thinking process. It's about what inspires your ideas. Is there a new way I could look at this or think about it? And there's a very strong element of this with a nudge of change for all of us to guide us to open our minds and expand. See, Jupiter's in there somewhere, isn't it? Remember, we talked about all that last week. So there's these possibilities and opportunities here that we want to open and expand our mind to see or catch. We could be missing it if we're just staying right here. We don't want to do that. We want to take this opportunity to see what the universe is trying to show us, and it will take you out of your comfort zone more than likely. I mean, every time it's something new and unknown, it feels a little weird and awkward. But we're all going through that. All of us, me too. We're all doing it. Everybody's feeling that. So if we're all feeling that, then is that the new norm? Is that where we are? Is that maybe we should just think about it and lighten up on ourselves a little bit? Yeah, sure. There's this lineup here. We have a lot of them lined up in Libra. We have the sun, we have the moon right now, so the new moon. We have Mercury and we have Mars, all lined in Libra. That's a lot of thinking. That's a lot of thought process from a lot of different angles. So it's looking at every facet of every perspective here in 4 different ways. And so here we are sitting in this Libra strong mindset theme here to work with. And we have a lot of potential and opportunity that we don't want to miss. So Libra energy also nudges us kind of strongly, it feels like, to find balance. To find the balance. So if you're feeling an out of balance somewhere, it's pointing it out to you. Remember, if I feel like, why does this feel like, it's trying to show you where there's some work that needs to be done for yourself. It's trying to show you where you need some self-love, where you might need to take your power back, kind of thing. I mean, if you are a people pleaser, you are jumping through a lot of hoops. Constantly. Everybody loves the people pleaser. Oh yeah, they love the people pleaser because the people pleaser is so awesome and does all these things for everybody, right? And also can easily build up an internal resentment or wear you down. And energetically, sometimes if you find out, why am I getting sick all the time? It's your body trying to help you escape something, This is energy. We're talking about energy. And I'm just thinking out loud here with you. But this is about, okay, wait, am I exhausted from all of this and I'm not getting to do some of the things that make me happy? There needs to be a balance because we give and we contribute as a group with others, but we also remember we have to keep our self-love and balance there because we can only give what we have. And if we're completely drained out and off track, how can we give to others? At the beginning of this year, we looked at that for 2021. This year was all about working as a group with the Aquarius energy, humanity, but not forgetting our self-love. It's reminding us now in a very strong way. Yes, this has a tendency, and I'm going to get to chat here. I want to get some information out, and then I'm going to go over to chat. So this has deeper meanings here with collaboration. It's about working in harmony with other people, working with nature, working with all of life. It's about seeing it from the oneness, but also seeing it from the duality. I mean, we're living life in this place that comes at us from all these different angles. So sometimes with Libra energy, it can feel like you need to compromise. I know you guys are relating. I can feel you out there. Like it can make you feel like you need to compromise something. And in some ways we might need to, but in other ways we've got to hold on to what makes us who we are. You don't want to get lost in that. Sometimes we have to tilt the scales a little bit, compromise because we love someone and something else is very important to them. Yes, we do that when we love others and we give to others, but we also don't want to you don't want it to be where it's always tipped that way. You never have anything balanced for yourself. So that's what you're looking for. If you're always giving and never keeping or treating yourself with that same love you give to others, that's off balance. It is. It's off balance. It's completely off balance. So if you have those people-pleasing tendencies, you might find that you need to do some balancing. You might feel like you're getting, you're pulling the short straw kind of thing. You might feel like you need to reclaim some power. This new moon can help you figure out what that is. This is going to be individual. Some people, maybe it's the opposite. They're not doing anything for anybody, and that's going to be an imbalance that way. Like it's only right here because maybe you've been hurt in the past and you're afraid to give to someone else. Maybe you're afraid you're exhausted from all of the, community efforts, and then it never seems to fall back and help you. That can feel an imbalance, but we want to work here. We have to make sure we're good here, but there is a balance. So the universe is asking us, bring it here, but then share it. So yeah, and it's going to make us work through those things that we're a little skittish about. It's going to make us go, I don't know. Last time I did this really hurt. Yeah, I get it. I've been there a few times. I know, I get it. We're not saying throw discernment out the window. Be cautious. Use your intuition. This is why we want to work with our intuition. This is why we don't want to ignore it. Because if you're getting a vibe that you might be getting a vibe about a situation and nobody else is, everybody else is fine with it, but it's not for you. It might be fine for them. It might just be that it's not going to be in alignment for you. That doesn't mean that it's bad for everybody. Maybe it's just not the best interest for you. So instead of it being judgmental on something, it's more you're looking for the frequencies that align for you. Now we have another thing going on here with Mars. Mars is very active during this moon as well, and the full moon. Mars is very active, and that's what's causing some of the pushy feeling to do something, whatever it might be. Mars is all about taking action. It's all about, having energy, having confidence, being proactive, and it's very highly motivated, and it can push you to do things. So this is a good timing, really, if you looked at the positive aspect of Mars. It's not necessarily negative unless you're impatient, angry, and attacking. That's kind of a different one. But it can push you through something that you've been afraid to break through. It can push you to overcome the fear and do it anyway, kind of thing. It can also be a little heightened on the emotions. So if you do feel like you're giving a little too much in an area or not enough, it's going to trigger that with this moon. So it's interesting we're talking about it now because that did come in yesterday, but within the last week, you may have been feeling things just don't feel, and it can sometimes cause a discouragement because some people will feel that, oh man, I was so excited about this and now I feel bummed out, that kind of thing. It's normal too. because it's helping you reevaluate. Remember, Mercury retrogrades in there. There was several retrogrades we talked about last week, so we won't go into that. You can go back and listen to that one. But there's these things that are lining up to make us reflect in a lot of different areas of life. So that can just kind of feel overwhelming sometimes. So this month is a very good month to help us overcome some big deal things. But it can also feel like, oh wow, this is a lot. Well, guess what? The universe believes that you can do it. Obviously believes we can all do it, because we're all feeling it some way, right? So this is a really good time to lay some groundwork for a new direction, maybe a new habit, changing the way you approach things that for the better. This is a good way to do that. You need to look at what's not working anymore. That sounds like a full moon, but this is a new beginning. Remember, this is a very pivotal month of moving and shifting and changing here. So it's a good time to make shifts and change and bring more balance to your life. When you look at things, where's the harmony feel out of balance for you? This is a big one. So when I asked angels, for all of us, I was asking, like, this balance thing, how can we approach this? What can we do here? And one of the biggest things that was so comforting was Archangel Chamuel. That's Chamuel. That one is a very gentle energy that comes through when you need to calm the heck down, take a deep breath, and one step at a time. I went, but it feels like we have to jump through so many different hoops and we have to do so many things all at the same time. How do we do one step at a time when all this stuff's going on at the same time? I mean, just opening your email can wear you out, right? That's why I like to just send one a week, and I only send an extra additional one when I have to. Like for the event coming up, you would get those because it's a reminder. You paid for something. I don't want to miss it. Now, if this is a boundless and this is a limited love in the universe, and we have Mars with this driving force to be courageous and make decisions, and now we want to feel worthy and deserving, right? We want to find that balance. And we need stamina and energy to do that. That's where Mars can help us. The balancing act comes in because that's what can drain you if it's not balanced. So it's bringing attention to this is where the drain is. This is where you need to balance. And you have Jupiter in there. So Jupiter in the sign of Aquarius is very active under this moon. And that's the planet of abundance. Let's talk about the abundance a little bit. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of abundance, optimism. So we do have that in here too, which I like. This energy reminds us that we do live in a world that has plenty for everyone. When we look at this from a law of attraction point of view, there is no lack unless you believe there isn't enough. What does that do? If any of you are taking the abundance course, you would understand what I'm talking about. That I have the abundance, when you have a mindset of lack, you feel like there's not enough to go around and I have to grab. I have to get what I got. And the universe with abundance doesn't think that way. The universe with abundance is there's plenty to go around, and whatever you align your frequency with everybody can do that. It's just a matter of aligning with it. It's like tuning into a radio station that you want to hear that type of music. So you're aligning to the frequency of what you want to receive. So if you feel the energy of abundance is lacking in your life, this is where you would want to shift to, what am I grateful for? What do I have? Because when you start to focus on having gratitude for something, you're having gratitude for something in abundance in your life, which builds more abundance. So that's where gratitude comes in. If you haven't been feeling very thankful and more resentful or feeling like something's not coming around for you, that's where you'd be working with this. And this is all going to bring it up individually for different people. So it might nudge you strongly to look at life and appreciate it in a different way, which will help open that door for the abundance to flow in. Because that door's locked if there's a mindset of lack or anger, resentment, that kind of thing. If it's, or jealousy, like I need to go take what I need for myself. We take our power back, yes, but we take our power back in the choices that we're making. You see, so this is just a very interesting dynamic that came in, and I thought, wow, this is going to be so interesting to talk about. So if you feel like you've had extra abundance in your life, maybe you're in a place on the opposite side of the scale where you can share and give. You might feel like in a different perspective, like I don't feel like I have lack, I just feel like I have so much that I want to share some of it. Because the balance is there. That's very important. It's that give and receive. It's the way it works. It's keeping everything in motion and cycling and recycling and giving here and giving there, and everything is met. The needs are met that way. So this is a really good time to connect with abundance. It is a very good time to connect with the mindset of abundance. You got to know that you're worthy of it, receiving it. You want to fill yourself up with it. You want to pass it on to someone else, and you want to stay in that flow of balance. So I want everybody to think about that a little bit, because it's a big deal. And Shamuel was the angel that whenever I feel Shamuel, it feels like a very soft, gentle, let's say pastel yellow or pale yellow. It's soothing. It's not a bright, aggressive color. When Michael comes in, it's a very strong blue, and I feel really warm, and that's the protector angel to keep you out of the fear mindset. But Shamuel, when you're feeling overwhelmed or trying to multitask or feel like you're jumping through a million hoops, or you're just trying to sort out, I don't know which way to go, it just feels like it's all jumbled up, he can help. Okay, take a deep breath, calm down. Let's approach this one step at a time. Let's get a plan together and sort it out. It's a very gentle energy. So I really like that one coming in for everyone and all of us, because it depends on what you have going on. So let me go over to chat and see how everybody's doing. I'm going to have to back it up a bit because it looked like it was moving. And let's see. I want to say a big thank you to the super chats that come in. You are so supportive of the show, and you're really helping us out with that. And thank you. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Melissa as well. So we have Melissa and Journey to Becoming Me that have supported the show. Thank you. So we have Robin in here. The right fit now. Hello. We have Melissa. So much change lately, but lots of growth. September was rough. Hoping for a break. I love you too, girl. There's just a lot. Yeah, September was preparing us. Just take this in stride. Was preparing us for all the changes now. So it's just time to pull ourselves up from the bootstraps and get it done. It's like, all right, let's just get into this game. It's time to step up to the plate and do something. So that is not a negative, but it can feel overwhelming. Let's see. We also have people pleaser working on it. Can't do it anymore. Okay. So she's feeling that. Journey to Becoming Me. Dr. Jenn, are you starting a nutrition line, like your own supplements or smoothies? I know sounds weird, but just heard. Okay, you need some deep breathing and good homemade smoothie made from. Oh, I tell you, I can do one step better than that, than having a whole line of something. And you know what? That's a good thing to add to the website. Just a whole section of that in the blog or something, because we do a lot of things from scratch here. I mean, back in the day, just to answer this, I've always been a very health-oriented person. I mean, we are actually capsuling our own supplements like spirulina. We buy in bulk and we capsule it. We do that. We do shakes, but we eat healthy. I have 2 indoor hydroponic organic gardens for my salad greens and stuff. I mean, I make my own breads. I don't do this every single day. Obviously, I'm doing a lot of things, but I absolutely love knowing what's in what I have. So, at one time when we had an office building, in Virginia Beach, down at the oceanfront, we were making our own, like, moisturizing butters and creams and things like that. That's a lot to do. So we just, you know what? I'm all about some recipes and sharing that. I don't know how anybody feels about that, because we are plant-based. So we haven't eaten meat in years. We learn how to make all kinds of stuff that's pretty tasty because we like it to taste good. But how about that? Would that work? Because I put fruit in. Let's just go with the smoothie really quick. I put spirulina. I put, what else do I put in there? I use coconut milk or oat milk. We use vitamin C, different powders and different things. I just buy these different things. I've used matcha tea. It just depends on what we have going on. We make different types. I've put the liquid cayenne oil in. Liquid cayenne oil is really cool. I like chocolate with a hot spice to it, kind of like Mexican spicy. And that's actually very good for you oil. It's a vitamin C. I do a lot of vitamin C supplements like that for sinuses and allergies and things like that. So we just throw it all in there. I put vinegar in the shake every single time, apple cider vinegar. That's the things I do. We both do that. We put milk thistle seed in, helps to kind of cleanse out. But I could throw some of that together, and I get my helper with me, and we can put some of that out. How does that sound to anybody? Would you guys like some of that? We have a lot of stuff we do on our own, and we can just start sharing that in a section on the website. We'll see let me see if I can get somebody to help me with that, because I've kind of got a full plate, but we will see what we can do. Or maybe even just some little mini ebooks with something in it that you guys can grab or something. We'll figure it out. But it's a great idea. Wow. All right. Relaxing meditations. Some of my relationships have fallen apart because I stopped being a people pleaser and stood my ground. Yes, I can personally experience that too. Yep. Yes. It's kind of you went against the tribe mentality or the rules. Yeah, I know. But here's the thing that I want to remind everybody, if you've experienced that. If you've experienced that you were starting to balance and stand up for yourself, and so some of the relationships fell apart, here's what I want to remind everybody of. The relationships that were formed or organized in an old mindset that wasn't balanced, where you were people-pleasing, more than likely they will be strained or they will improve depending on how much depending on both parties or group or whatever it is. But if they are falling apart, sometimes that's because the energy frequencies aren't matching anymore. Well, it is actually. So you have relationships that were created under a different pretense, and now the whole dynamic has changed. It may not match anymore. I've had to let go of a lot of relationships like that, a lot. And some of them were really hard, to be honest. And I don't have anger about it. I mean, sometimes you just feel like I wished it could have gone a different way, but sometimes we have to just let go and not try to control it. And it's the best advice I can give on that, because I know what that feels like. And it's just a matter of going, okay, obviously, I'm not going to be able to stay in this like this. And maybe they just want to stay in that frequency dynamic. And everybody has that choice. So just reminding you, that can happen. Let's see what we have. Robin, balance. Yes, numbers popping up for me indicate to stay in mind, body, spirit balance. I'm seeing 2 and 6 a lot. Well, 2 means you're now moving from it being about the self. The number 1 is working here. Number 2 is you're starting to take it out and work in group or with another. It's more relationship with others, how we work with others. And sometimes it can be bumpy when we first do that. And then sometimes it's great. Just depends, what the situation is. Number 6 is an interesting number. It's right after the number that's a major changing number, the 5. And if I recall, You had fives before, which you were going through the shift of something changing. Maybe it was somebody else, but it felt like it was you. I felt like you were having fives before, and now you're at 6. You're doing just fine. You're moving and evolving to the next step, because number 6 is moving into things with groups and relationships and interacting after all the change with a little bit more knowledge under the belt. Number 7 is a very spiritual number, so that would be the next one. And number 8 is an abundance number, and the affinity of endless possibilities. So you have it, and then it'll rotate back, into something else. But 6 is, all those numbers mean something. And so if you're seeing those a lot, pay attention to what the universe is sharing with you. Like you have this 2 and then you have 6. If you add them together, that's an 8. Are they coming in together or separate? Because you might want to add them together and see what resonates as well. That would be an 8. Let's see, where are we? Whoops, it bounced on me. Journey to becoming me, sending you love. Okay, that's awesome. Sending love to Melissa. You are turning into a beautiful butterfly or a diamond, right? Oh, you know what? That's beautiful to Melissa. Yes. Lots going on, Melissa. Hang in there. Yes. Let's see. Maddie, definitely feeling the nudge to find balance in every area of life. Trying to take the pressure off of myself because things feel unclear right now. Yes, they do. I would imagine they do for most of us, or a lot of us, because of the Mercury retrograde. So it feels unclear. That does make things foggy and confusing. And so that eventually, as we evolve through October, it's going to start opening up. Probably about another week or so, maybe around the 20th when that full moon comes in, I think it shifts quite a bit again. So you hang in there. Just be an observer. Everybody listen up on that. Maddie, I'm glad you brought that up. Be an observer in your life. Like, take notes, mental notes, if you could snapshot that, screenshot it, whatever they call it these days. And just, okay, let me make a note of that, and then keep going. And just be an observer when you're in that state of, good grief, I know I got to do something, just not quite sure what. It's kind of, sometimes we have to stand back and observe, not get so caught up. As things are reflecting through, we get lost sometimes that way. Pay attention to the emotions that might trigger with different things. So that's a big one. Melissa, you are, okay, she's saying thank you. Well, this is what's awesome about this group. So you know what? And Journey to Becoming Me knows that, along with Maddie and Robin, all the people that have come in here. They have so many beautiful energies here, and everybody loves supporting one another. So I like that. I like that we can come in here and lift one another up. So I love that you guys share that back and forth. That's the good energy here. That's a fantastic energy here. What do we have? I'm getting lost because it keeps moving on me. Bear with me. Where was I? Oh. Okay, she's got that. Sending love back. Everybody's sending love. Awesome. Maddie with your angel question. Angels have any advice about career right now? I suddenly feel directionless. Things seem so stagnant. Well, yeah, that's that same answer I was just giving. You just got to hang on here for a little bit, because the wheels are spinning in so many different retrogrades right now, and then they're going to slow down and start to go direct here. It's a lot going on. So that's why it's feeling like everything's stopping. It's stopping. Honestly, when you feel this, instead of looking at it feeling like it's not good, this is the opportunity to catch your breath, to get ready to move forward. Because when you go forward, it'll be really busy. So look at what you can do to build up your stamina for strength and endurance as things move forward. So that would be what I would recommend right now, because there isn't anything to answer, because that's what it's feeling like. I see swirls when I ask. It's like a swirling all over the place kind of thing. But it's coming, and it does feel like the end of this month is going to feel very different from what it feels like right now. So hang in there, please hang in there. Let's see. Yeah, you're not doing anything wrong. I'm focused on wrong things, or if I'm supposed to be, yeah, no, you're not. It's more be that observer and look at all of it and how it makes you feel. And you're taking notes on, okay, this is bothering me, so that's probably an imbalance area, and this is bothering me, or this is feeling good, or this feels right. And it's going to feel like a big Mod Podge right now and confusing because it's just swirling and shifting. It reminds me, if you think of the ocean where the different currents run into each other and then it shifts and changes, but it's kind of a strange turbulent area where you've got this current coming this way, this current coming this way, and it's a shift of direction. So in a shift of direction, it can feel like things are spinning or stagnant in a circle, kind of like I want to go, I'm not quite sure which way I'm going, because we want to stop for a bit and we want to wait for that direction to make itself clear to us. So there's nothing wrong with holding on. It's nothing wrong with just, okay, hang on. It's not a stagnant. It's more of a time for a pause because it helps us. I know, Maddie, I know you don't like the pauses. She likes to go. She's a go-getter. But life, if it's constantly in that state, you would never have time to reflect back and shift or improve in an area. So look at it that way. Journey to becoming, yes. Please share for the recipes. Yep. Okay. We will do that. Well, hey, Falafel Dude. How are you? Thank you for your thoughts. Let's see. Robin. Did see a lot of 5s. I quit my job and I'm in courses for coaching, meditation, teacher training, into life, doula training. Okay. Putting my business plan together to start my business. Okay. See, it's all making sense. So you're about to, if you're seeing the 6s, that means you're coming out of that shift and you're moving into the next energy. So it's all good. So it's all making sense. The journey to becoming me. Someone told me by constant people pleasing, you may be actually inhibiting and their life path and their growth. That helped me to know that maybe I wasn't helping. Yes, I actually agree with that. I've actually said that somewhere. I know. Sometimes when we're doing that, we're enabling people to stay where they are. At the same time, it's also in a place where I've used that context was people pleasing. Is it really being honest? Are you really being honest? I mean, to me, a good friend is going to be honest. And they're going to say, hey, that's not working for me, or that kind of upset me, or, and if like I said, I would rather have one friend that it's open book and clear and people can say where they feel about things, versus worried about, okay, if I say this, it's going to hurt your feelings. Is that really what you want in a friendship, a closeness? I mean, we have to do that in life just to, the general public, you want to be polite and all that. It doesn't matter. You're not getting attached. But when I've used the context you're referring to about that you hinder, it's more like if you're trying to help people, you can think of it like an addiction or a codependent to the addiction kind of thing. If you are just supporting where they are, you're enabling them to stay. If we say, no, this isn't working for me, and they're standing on their own, they have to make a choice sometimes. And that's a tough one. I know. It's a tough one, but are we just making it comfortable for them to stay in that environment where you're getting in the way of their own journey, kind of a thing? Can't keep bailing people out, so to speak. That's what it makes me think of. If we're bailing someone out when they've just not even tried to help themselves, that's enabling them to stay that way, to me personally. Everybody's got a different approach to that. So I want to say, I'm going to look on, we have so many cool recipes on the health, the shakes, what I'm doing. If that is something you guys are wanting, I will start working on that on the website, and we'll see what we can do with maybe some of the shows, maybe we could do that. I got to figure that one out. But you've thrown some great thoughts in here. Yeah, I'm not going to actually create a supplement line, but yeah, we've gone down that path before, because I have some other things I would just rather show you how to empower and know which ones to do for yourself. So we will see what we can do. We might have to do some of it pre-recorded because of the way the cameras work, but we'll see what we can do with that. I think it's a great idea. I love sharing healthy ways to live, healthy ways to make food taste good, because we do that a lot here. But just in general health. Now, I consider myself, just a note on that before we go, I consider myself an intuitive eater. I use an intuitive diet, so to speak. I'm intuitive, yes. I'm always listening to what my body's saying, or like pull back from this, or let's do that. Well, intuitive eating is I'm listening to what my body's saying it wants. So if you feel like you're having a strange craving for something, pay attention to what's the nutrients of that. That's a little tip for you. And then you could like research it. Like some people go, I'm always craving chocolate. Well, what's in chocolate? And look at the energy of chocolate. Chocolate is like one of those comfort foods, or it's love. Are you craving love? Is it an energy you're looking for, an emotion, a connection? Or is it the antioxidants and the other benefits that are in it? Because you don't have to eat it with all the sugar, you know. So we could just go on and on and on about that, because I am passionate about that. And I do believe that as far as a spiritual, metaphysical show with energy, the way we take care of ourselves physically is all part of that as well. So we will do that. So one last thing I want to share really quick before we go is Pluto and how Pluto's behaving right now. I want to make sure you know how Pluto's behaving. Okay, so Pluto, on the same day, yesterday, that Pluto went direct. Okay, Pluto went direct yesterday with the new moon. So that's part of what is particularly Maddie or some of the others, what you might be feeling. Pluto had been retrograde since April. Now, when this planet shifts direct, it's a power day, but we're still feeling that energy, okay? Because it's with the new moon, that's a new beginning, that's a powerful new moon. There we go. And you might, you know, it's about feeling and noticing how you feel. The planet Pluto, just to remind you, is about rebirth and transformation. Out with the old, in with the new. It's a big deal. It can bring deep, long-lasting finales to certain areas of life. Like, that's it, it's done. It can also take you on a course of rebirthing something new. It's both. It's the phoenix rising out of the ashes, out with the old, in with the new. Pluto being retrograde for the last few months was inviting us to look back over a time period. And this will help you too. A time period between October 20 and April 2021. Well, what was going on for you between October 20 and April 2021? Right. This made us reflect back over that. What has fallen away? What's emerged? What's brand new? What's been rebirthed for you? How have you changed? That's what you want to look at. It's a very subtle energy. Pluto is a very subtle energy, and it activates with this moon. So Libra, here it is, getting us thinking about everything and balancing all this life stuff, right? Balancing everything. This is a good opportunity to reflect, to look at the transformations that you have made in those time periods and honor anything that's moved on, and be ready and embrace what's coming in. So October is a busy month. It does feel very busy with this new moon really kicking it off. There's a lot of energies to work with here, but it's awesome time And it's a great opportunity to work with abundance and creating the balance. And you want to make it work the best way it will for you. So we all have different things we want to select from here. And we went over this energy, but this is a good time to look at the positives that this energy brings. Watch out for the overwhelm. I know it's there. And for those coming in on October 12th to our live event, be ready. We're going to do this. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll get some more deeper insights for you on that. That's going to be readings that are painted. So, Maddie, let's see, yikes, let's see, what was Maddie saying? Yesterday did feel powerful all of a sudden. Yikes, what wasn't happening during, I know everything was happening yesterday. It was really weird. It was a weird day. I mean, internets were crashing, websites were crashing. I even saw, and I've never seen this before, I don't know, I saw that, you know, the domain extensions, like there's .com, .net, .club, .whatever. Well, apparently the .club went down. I've never heard of a domain extension going down. I've heard of websites going down, or, you know, a certain server went down, or there was an outage over here and an outage over there. Yeah. I just went, okay, here we go. And I was like, well, if it's weird tomorrow when we do the live show, I'll just have the recorder on, which I always do, and I'll put it up when it lets me. But I've never heard of that. And I thought, that's different. And then I saw all kinds of interesting, weird misfires of communication yesterday. Just observed it, but also it was happening right here for me too. And it was like, no arguments, more like, you say the sky is blue and they could swear you said it was orange kind of thing. I'm like, what? It was so blatantly obvious that it was just throwing the whole apple cart up that I had to chuckle a little bit and just say, universe, what the heck? Okay, universe. Okay, Mercury. I just start laughing. I go, all right, Mercury, I got you. I hear you. And you just pull back and you have to laugh. Sometimes you just got to laugh. And you got to go, you know what? It's going to sort itself out. I'm going to keep my positive and I'm going to keep plugging on. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for joining us today. Cool show, great ideas, lots happening here. We have a lot to look forward to, so keep that in mind. There's a lot to look forward to. We have many things on the horizon, and the universe is bringing us all the energy that brings momentum, courage to overcome a fear, the take action, the okay, enough's enough kind of vibe, and be ready for something brand new. We all are ready. I know we are. We all have different ways we need to do it. So let's make it happen. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in today. Thank you for supporting the show, for the super chats. Most appreciated, guys. Always appreciated. And I wish you much love and happiness as we forge through a very transformative month. We'll see you next time on the Jenn Royster Show. Namaste.
You've been listening to the Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit www